like you say, everything dials down to the research.
Yeah.
There's some common fonts that are used with every tattoo artist, but once in a while you need to change that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, every tattoo will look the same. So it really dials down to research. There's nothing new under the sun, I believe. So if you pick like 5 or 6 different fonts and try and create your own, it's unique in itself.
It's unique in itself?
Yeah.
If somebody walks in with a font type that you've never interacted with, how long does it take you to learn to draw that font?
Actually, just a minute or so. It doesn't take long.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's like a minute.
Yeah.
Look at font. You've seen that type. You've seen exactly how to do it, and it's in your mind already.
Yeah, it's in my mind.
Is it a skill that you've gained over time?
Yeah, definitely. It's years of practice, years and years of practice.
Rick, does that surprise you that for you, you just pick font type? They're there, they're online, they're getting credit for you every day. But for him, he's got to draw the font. Does it surprise you that it takes him a minute for him to draw a certain font?
Being an artist, you have a mental picture.
You're true. You already do. Yeah.
So by the time you look at it, you already know A to Z.
You already visualize how the end will be. Yeah.
Font type for you. How do you relate with font? Because font is exactly what people are going to see in your graphics as well. Other than color, font type is very important.
So every font has its own meaning. Basically, you have a crescent shaped font, for example, like Titanium. Yeah. With that, it speaks boldness. And then you have sans serif. I'm easy, but I'm still there. Yeah. So you look at them like human beings, for example, especially because there's usually a whole unit that talks about typography. In everything that we do as designers, typography is one of the most key elements as a designer that you need to know. So if you understand fonts from the basis of what they express, then it becomes very easy to integrate them into your design.
Have you ever done some graphics work, designed it, and from what you say, you're like, this is really good? Because again, you're saying font speaks differently to the way it speaks to any other person. Yes. And then your client looks at it and goes like, hey Vic, man, there's something about that font that I don't like, and you're forced to change it. And how do you then know that, for example, me, Zemba, I would like this kind of font, without a doubt?
Number one, if it's a more advanced client, they usually have a visual guideline.
Okay.
So by the time you're launching your own company, by the time the logo is created, there are fonts, there are rules and regulations of how the logo should be used and what fonts are used in that logo. Yeah. If it's just an upcoming client, for example, so we go through a bunch of fonts and then I explain to them what these fonts capture or represent. You can also have a font as a logo. Yes. For example, just have, let's say, for example, Nike. You can have the icon, but the font Nike that's used to write Nike. So at the end of the day, it's all about giving the client options that are in line with their product or their design, and then allowing the client to pick. Because by the time you're giving them 3 options, you've looked at 30.
Very true.
So you guys agree? I told you guys are just the same. It's only that you've never seated in one room. This is very true, very true. That by the time I'm giving you 3 options, I've gone through 30 of them. Good. Now let's talk about you now. This art here is essentially your art.
Yeah.